put it on live? The microphones are on. They're not listening. The audio is on live now.
All right.
Oh, okay, just set them right there. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'll take it back in a minute.
Never mind.
Yes. Well, I tell you what, I turned this down to like 70 because I don't know, it can't, these air conditioners will sometimes not, when it gets really hot, it stays warm in here. Now later on you'll probably freeze, but for some reason it gets pretty warm in here for a while. Yes, I understand. They all blow straight across, so you get it.
Not ready?
I've got all my stuff going, so
Are you
we're
ready?
good. Sure.
Okay. It's 2:59. Take the top. All right, it's 3 p.m. and we're going to call this. Yes, you hear me? Good. Special City Council meeting to order. This is the money line for our budget workshops. Let's go ahead and do a quick roll call.
Shane Martinez, District 1.
Houston versus District
Shiner, District 3. Ballard, District 5.
First Valley County Mayor. All right, we're going to go straight to citizens' comments like we do on every meeting. City Council will hear comments from the citizen or visitor. Speakers must address their comments to the presiding officer rather than the individual council members or staff. Stand at the podium, speak clearly into the microphone, and state your name, residential address before speaking. Speakers will be allowed a maximum of 3 minutes of testimony. In accordance with the State Open Meetings Act, City Council is restricted from discussing or taking action on items not listed on the agenda. Action can only be taken at a future meeting. Yes, ma'am. Okay, and address, please.
Rhonda Jacobs, residential address is 702 Norwood Cross Road. Commercial address is 1102 Fiorella, and I think that address is more important here, that matters to you guys.
Yes, ma'am.
So I am the connection back in the day with Sheena, who would probably be the only one on the council for Bureau of Trade. So here we are 5 years later, and I think we all consider it a very successful event. We're doing it 12 months out of the year, 3 hours every first Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. My partner in crime, quote unquote, Yvonne Patton, that owns the house at Pumpkin Country, is going out of business. She has handled a lot of the responsibility and a lot of the costs. So what I'm here for is to see in the original agreement, and Sheena can correct me, but if I remember correctly, we partnered with the city just as a downtown area, and the city provides trash cans and barricades and security when security is available, and they waived our permit fee in exchange for us hosting and having this event. So with that being said, as the event has grown, we have, since that meeting, we've added vendors. We're averaging, what Yvonne was going to give me a spreadsheet, I never got my hands on one for this meeting, but we're averaging about 20 vendors to 25 vendors, I would say every month at $25 a piece. I am here to ask if the city is willing to sponsor by either helping fund some of the expenses that have come since it's grown. We provide, live music. We're providing a trailer for the music. The musicians have requested again. I would like to be able to have a little extra fund to maybe hire a marketing company. We have to have help managing the vendors, making sure their sales tax licenses are up to date, making sure they're paying their dues, making sure they're showing up, being cooperative, et cetera. And then also, what we've done in the past between Yvonne and I splitting the expenses, we've created a walking map that's it's about the size of a postcard, maybe a little larger, front and back, that really accentuates the historic downtown from the landmark through the businesses, Houston Square, and I'd like to have those redone. The cost in that is their graphic designer to rework the map every 6 months because businesses come and go and things change. So that and then the printing, and that's where I'm at. What about that? I hope I have an LLC. It's on Fiorella LLC that I'm going to switch vendor payment going into that and paying out of that. We're just exceeding that cost, and I'd be happy reimbursement. But before I go out and hire more and whatnot, I just want to see where we're at.
Okay, well, all right, well, thank you. What we're going to be doing, part of the discussions today, if there's any availability to give you some funds to high tax, tourism stuff, it's something we look at with city budgets. That's what we're talking about today. So I'm glad you came and brought us that information, so now we can go from there.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you very much. All right, thank you, Ron. Appreciate it. All right, does anybody else want to make citizens comments? Going once, going twice, anybody else? No, thank you. Okay, we're going to end that. Now let's move on to item 4, discussion action item, budget workshop number 4, discussion only. No actions at the workshop. We're going to talk today about the, basically, we're going to wrap up the general fund. We're going to do today. There's a lot of them to talk about, but a lot of them are smaller ones. The city administration, city secretary, city council, finance, fiscal court, IT, non-departmental, library, tourism, outcomes. Leroy.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor and Council. What I provided to y'all earlier this morning was a green set of papers that this is a budget at a glance. Since I'm looking at 9 budgets to look at today within a 2-hour time frame, I thought I would just provide like highlights, basically highlights of the utility budgets to get a more clear picture in your budget documents, spreadsheets. There's more notes and more detail. So if you do information on there, you can go from there. But I can get this one of 2 ways. I can look at this as a budget at a glance, or I can go to the actual spreadsheet. So what one I prefer.
What I want to leave it up to the council. What I liked what we did last week.
Okay.
We kind of did a broad stroke, and then the folks that have questions ask the questions.
Okay.
Because that's where it comes down to it. Instead of just letting you go through the numbers, anybody's got any questions or things you'd like to address specifically on any of these items. For example, in the administration budget, is it just what's the personnel?
It's just the city administrator and a half-time administrative assistant with patio's together half-time team of finance.
Okay. See, I'm going to cut to that real quick on personnel. So Daddy's time is split between administration and finance.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the rest of it is the general fund portion of the administration.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Okay.
The overall budget increase of about 8.5%. What was approved this year to compare what's being proposed for next year is 8.5%. And it's on the green document that shows that.
Okay, what else? What we're talking about, I think for those, I'm going to throw this out. We were talking about, or this one, oh, there's 3% increases. So where's the other 5%?
So
keep talking about the administration part
Yes.
of the update, now, where's the other increase?
We're increasing professional services and legal fees,
Okay.
to make sure we have enough legal fees for the remainder of the year, or I'm sorry, for next year, so based on what we paid, currently in this year, we make sure we budget just a little bit more on the legal fees.
Is that all the legal fees for general fund?
The majority of them, yes, if it has to do with community development, she'll pay for that, it has to do with, I think the community development has their own.
Okay.
But this budget picks up the rest,
Okay.
so, mostly.
Have we been told about any rate increase from our?
Yeah, we've been.
No.
Okay, well, I was just curious because
That's a great
sometimes
question.
uh,
That's a great question.
the rates, sometimes they change, and I don't know how that is.
I have not heard of any, honestly, ever.
No, they haven't sent me anything saying that they were going to increase.
Okay.
Other than that, it's for the show, the city admin for the.
Stephen, you have a question?
You got the one thing, regarding personnel.
I want everybody to understand too that over the last several meetings, I know we haven't really took an action on a lot of stuff, but there's been a lot of comments been made. What Leroy and I are going to be doing over the next couple of weeks while we're still working through the enterprise, we're going to put together what we believe a modified version of this and get it to you while we're still working on it, so you can look at that. So if you have in mind any particular areas of change, please get it to you.
These are based on the feedback that I've received so far from the previous budget workshop. So, as you're talking to me, the questions about how to wait and see, so make sure that those are not even seen, but.
So I guess for me, I'm just trying to think back, so, police department personnel services increases. And then I believe public works was an increase of, 8-9%. And then your increase here is gonna increase by 10%. So how is that all, for personnel services across the board, the different types of increases?
So one thing on the personal services, the 3% in there, and then also, one of our current employee, doesn't have the healthcare right now, but she is to do that for next budget year. So for that, we have the budget that, we're going to get the premium for our now, and so that's why it's more than 3%. We can pay about a little over $8,000 for premiums for healthcare per employee. Right now, that's not it, but next year it will be.
So this is the one time, one time,
Correct. Yes.
Staff with our, we've already had to go out for revenues, all the percentages of increases. Those balances are.
Well, as I mentioned before the last meeting, right now, this is an estimated we're short about $60,000 for over expenditures, proposed expenditures. So once we finish the general fund, the parents are going to go back and look at, revisit the entire budget of general fund, to get that into lower than 600,000. Now, on the revenue side, but there's estimates. We won't get our certified values until the end of July, and that determines what the budgets for our revenue for our sales tax, our property tax. That's the bulk of our, that sales tax and property tax are the bulk of our revenue. So I want to make sure that we get that number as close to as possible, but we have to wait for the certified values to come into the Yes.
Bear in mind, and keep in mind what I was just talking about, some of the conversations, for example, changing some of the want to have things to that, sort of back to maintenance on it. Where I've had comments from others that, yeah, it'd be nice to have this, but I don't necessarily have to have this. So it's kind of adjusting back to what is needs versus wants. So that's what we're going to be working with based on the conversations. Because it's not hard to tell when the general group says yes to this, the general group says whatever. So we kind of take all that in stride and come back with just maybe go from there.
Well, I guess there's, just each budget is so far, there is a list of contractor services.
Yeah.
On site. To include every department, just what has, it's either legal outside services that we solicit for, and so that we can see that kind of information, so that maybe in the future it's worth discussing whether or not we would bring in a certain expert.
So for example, using your, like you said, the custodial services, what is the total? Then you can break it out by department, what's the total? Is it total
Do you want the total?
$80,000 expenditure, 16?
Prior year, in the year?
It would be nice to do a cost comparison from just prior to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you want like the vendor name, what the service they provided, and the cost.
Right.
Well, I'll spend on that a little bit too, because Jonah last time, with the park, and I didn't everything, but in a couple of things, they were doing their thing, where other departments were doing this, would put it all together into one.
Tree trimming,
Yeah.
that's got,
Right,
I have
right,
multiple
yeah.
contractors.
Right.
You want to,
Yeah, like, yeah, so it makes no sense to have multiple,
Right,
you would standardize stuff that you can.
Right.
So it could be cost savings. for sure.
yes.
Yeah, we can have that.
And a list of things that I right.
good idea, that's a good comment.
The giveaway on that, you're gonna show how much we spent cumulative for that, if we had multiple
Yeah, so
checkers.
we'll look at last year, because it's a one way we're looking at, and plus what we're currently at as of today. Because sometimes we may have that contract, but we won't use them maybe once or twice a year, or we use them once a month, or.
Right.
So I definitely want to show what we spent last year in comparison to the current.
And like, great, is, for example, pick on the streets and when we do our goes on.
Sure.
When our fixed costs, salary, blah, 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 are 65 to 70% of the budget,
Right.
you just gotta start questioning the design of the department. Because it's just, we're not getting anything done. But if we look at this, who knows, we might need new departments to get rid of that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that way we can make it worse.
You also look at this, we're back to the city administration part. You gotta look at that, how we're light in position. It's not that we don't want to fill it, but we don't want to rush to something. So there's some wiggle room in some of those things too, potentially. Anybody have a question, anything else, hoping to work anything on this one?
I've got a bigger long-term question, but I'm pulling off until we get a little further into it.
Okay.
I just wanted to continue with that, I'm saying, sure. I question from here on out.
Any questions that you like, we'll get that.
Broad stroke on that. Let's go to, city council, that's interesting one, that's,
I've kind of always been over it. I've always been on it, over it.
the, I can't see it, so I don't talk about it, any highlights, or lights, whatever?
The overall increase for, on the green sheet, the city council is about 9.77%. It's just an increase of about $6,500 overall.
We didn't get a raise either.
No.
And you won't? You will not.
The cell phone is what's good, is now that originally we had one budgeted, and we added another one, and now we have
Five,
five. So,
six,
yeah, 5, not 6, because Marquita's, is not.
okay.
So, that's why, are you gonna sell the city side?
I asked for one when Scott asked.
Oh, you did?
You did?
I did.
I'm so
Well,
sorry.
Oh, really?
then we have 6 more.
We,
Well, I'm sorry, I wondered why you didn't.
No, I told him I did.
okay, we will get you on.
It'll get you one very
Okay.
So
quickly.
that number will change.
Yeah, keep on there too, nothing.
See, that's answers.
Yes, I thought she was-
Her Surface Pro is still in our office, so you're not gonna get an email from her either.
Okay, okay,
The only thing
that's
that,
fine.
the only thing that increased really was your supply budget, and that's sort of like, just office supplies, meeting, meals and snacks and so forth. I mean, really, pretty much it. This year for TML, the trade is here in San Antonio, so therefore we don't have to go out and pay for hotels and so forth. So, you really, your overall budget did increase.
While we're talking about trade real quick, and I want to touch base on something, this Hubwall event, it's in Church.
Yes.
Okay, she needs.
I need a head count of who's- Yes. It's August the 7th. It's on a Friday. And of course, it's council
Used to know. Put on
employees.
by
It's
our
our.
attorneys.
It's a very good one. It's a free service, but I do need to know your shirt sizes because I believe they still give shirts out. But they do anything. I guess you can talk to it. What planning? They do a little blurb on that. Records.
Did you enjoy Charlie's comment? Charlie will do a lot of that.
But Charlie won't be there this time.
Oh, he won't?
He's actually gonna be going to a wedding.
Well, then, Charlie's not gonna
I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna be walking around talking to them.
But y'all, if y'all can just let me know,
That's what I first said.
I can put your name in, and that way they'll know you're coming. And it's a 1 day event, is all. So
Okay. I'll take it out and let her know.
yes, it is.
It's shirts.
And I think there'll be breakfast and,
Yes, there's an agenda out for it, so it'll tell you what all. So just let me know.
Anyway, I'm sorry, I didn't get up on the sidetrack on that.
No, we needed to know that.
I want to, well, I shouldn't ask because I'm trying to services.
In general, on y'all's budget, because like I said, I was always kind of over it. We kind of tried to count the number of meetings that, in general, it's usually 12 months. I know a couple of the months we don't have a meeting, but we've had extra meetings, so that may or may not change a little bit. We kind of give an estimated guess, and that's part of the salary, I guess. But office supplies, I absorb most of it. It's like the notebooks and such as that I get y'all, and of course I don't count the copying of the books and such. General supplies is it tells you to what it is, and of course that's part of. Used to we didn't do a lot of meals. We didn't have meetings that started really early, and it was generally kind of like the training sessions tomorrow and such. We would feed everybody, so that's changed a little bit. But and if y'all want to bring sack lunches sometime, just tell me, and we'll just provide the sides. But the training and such is the one that y'all are much more active in going to the trainings, which is excellent. A lot of times we didn't have people that wanted to go. He said, like Leroy said, it's in San Antonio, but it's not cheap for the 3 day. So that should cover all of it. It'll be a good one. You know, it's a 3 day, and if you can't make 3 days, they have a 1 day. That when that comes up, just let me know so that we can figure out when you're going and get you registered. I believe it is, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I think it's October.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
for special activities,
Yes, ma'am.
what was it, with participation in the city funds work?
Y'all, in general, it's we will pay for the ads, which comes up to just a couple $100, I think, and then part of it would be also if y'all agree to replace the banner. But that's basically it. It's advertisement and the banner, as far as that goes. The rest of it is pretty well ran, self-sufficient, and then we do have the information up front, but we don't take care of any of the money, or we just point them to that.
So it's sponsored by the city, but then the funds go to a nonprofit, or how do you, so
It kind of no, it's always in the past. The funds that are raised was to help with the animal shelter or help with the animals. So we that was our contribution, was just at one time Ms. McVeigh came and asked if we would help sponsor the banner or buy a new one, and then waive the fee to put it up. And then, like I said, the advertisement, she turns them in each year, and I think it's just a couple $100 is all it is, because she advertises in Hondo, Bandera, that those areas to let people know, and it brings in folks. So the other one, though, I was trying to think. Most of it is just, and some of that you may have a leftover amount. Depends on if you have Alsatian folks come in, and then we.
Who controls the expenditure of the special activities?
It comes to y'all. I mean, if you have an activity come in, like the Alsatian folks, when they come in, it's hosting and that type of thing, it would be put together, and then y'all would choose to do it.
we also have in there transport this
pay it for my wife.
If you have to ship it,
That was a joke.
I have the tickets, I bought and paid for, I got them last night. No.
what's that? I'm sorry. And it's saying we're paying for something?
I don't know.
It could be the shipping. Right. It would be the, yes.
I don't know.
Well, when we host them or they host us, it's an automatic thing that you provide a gift. And it may be anything from a handmade gift from Mr. McBroom that passed away, something with our symbol on it. It depends. That's another big thing. We sent I want to say it was a cowhide that had all the Alsatian homes on it over the last time. And of course, that's shipping it over. Or I think someone took it with them. But it all depends on, y'all choose, or someone sits. Yes, because yes. Or someone may come to you. In the past, I've seen councils where someone will come up and say, we'd really like for you, Rhonda Jacobs. I don't know that you can use hot tax on that because it's not a heads and beds thing. It's a local thing. But you could always say, okay, we'll help sponsor this. You could take it out of your special activities because it'd be someone coming and asking for city funds that maybe it's not hot tax. But it's up to you.
Like special projects, they only have that year to year, they only want to fund or buy or purchase.
This is also, I think, the Chamber of Commerce. Don't they have a of the tables and Go Medina? That type of thing would come out of there if someone, if you wanted to. But y'all have
Any
control.
other questions on the council? All right, let's roll. City Secretary.
Mine's short and sweet.
Okay. I want to ask a question. What's the split on the salary for the city secretary? Because I know our city secretary gets paid more than this.
Right now, it's 60-40, 60% out of general fund, 40% out of enterprise fund. So this portion here is the 60%.
I thought we had I'm sorry. I thought we had a list of all
We
of them
probably
combined. Well, I don't know, but I think we need one.
Oh, is there any percentage? Okay.
And then what's a regular versus salary?
You're not proposing any.
No, I'm just saying it drops out for 26 when we had it.
Oh, is this the way it was?
Just the way it's classified.
It was more of an accounting, one account per about two, and then previous years we had it under the 0.01, it really should have been under just the regular salary. The salary was first part.
So, do you believe that $10,000 is enough for election, but the last one like 8,300?
It's around 8,500 in general, and then the advertisement it will come in under 10,000 because we do advertise on. So it should be fine unless something happens to where somebody doesn't have one and only us has it,
Okay.
and then we would have to look and see what it's going to run us. But
What's the, has anybody looked into changing the election date to uniform election day in November, like the county did, like Divine did?
well,
So we don't have to
Right.
pay this.
we'd still have to share, of course.
Not this much.
Hopefully not. I did, and I spoke with you when I spoke to the new election official.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk some more about it because I had said something about I thought we'd have a better turnout because it is November and people come out for the
Right.
county or the presidential or of some
Right.
such. Now she did point out something that I didn't think about because I'm thinking our ballot would be separate. Well, it's not. It would be included on
Yes.
and it would be at the bottom. So she said if the school or county or anybody had propositions, ours might get lost. I mean, it'd still be there, but people may get tired and not maybe vote like they should.
But there are cities in Virginia County.
Oh, yeah.
that moved it to November,
Oh yeah,
specifically for voter turnout.
yes. And so I want to talk to her some more about that. There will be a deadline on whether or not when we could officially, try to submit our paperwork to maybe I think we have to go to not on probably the state and some others. but I wanted to see a little bit more about what the cost would be too, because we would share it with the county. And
I know we talked about it,
Right.
at least we need to try to do it, but by the time we got around to actually wanting to do it, this,
there's a deadline, yes, and so we'll have to talk a little more. So,
no, in May?
It's always been in
standard
May.
City school election. day,
Right.
But it's not a like statewide or
Right.
something like that.
Right.
It's more for local stuff.
The state has started reducing some of the dates. There used to be several dates, and of course bond elections and that type of thing. And I think they're trying to put it down to, I think, one date at some point, but they haven't said that. I said if they was going to have everybody do it in November, why don't they tell us and give us 5 years to get it done and go on? But they don't. So
With the cities and schools, it's almost always been established for Saturday. In some schools, some cities, that let you do it to November. What a really good situation, at least to me, that we're still doing the subdivision, but they're enabling the legislation makes it the first Saturday in August. So that's really strange. So.
Makes it maybe make it a little easier for people to remember the date. You know, we don't, and in general, most cities don't have a really good turnout for some
Right.
reason, even though you can promote it and tell it.
So some of them voted
Yeah.
just to try to get it done. I just thought I'd ask.
Sure. I am going to talk to her some more since she just got on when we had this election right before we had it. And so see what she has to come up with.
Now, when you have because she's moving to the Ada County.
I'm not sure if she was in the office or not. I know Lupe, he retired out and
Retired before
right before it. And so she seemed to know a lot, but you know, we'll see.
Thank you.
The overall budget there increased about $6,000, but that was for obviously 3% increase, personnel and really just personnel costs.
And I can point one thing out though. In my budget, it shows the records management. This year, I normally do not do it. I do it every 2 years because of the boxes and such. We don't have as many. I mean, I can have them come do it, but it just isn't really worth for them to come out. And so I normally do it every 2 years. And so this 4,500, unless I have something to shred per se, and they've done all of them up to a point, that could come out this year, and then we put it in next year.
So you normally purge records, what, every 2 years?
Yes, sir. They come out and look at all the records, they mark them, and then we see what records can be, you know, removed.
On, and the open records one.
That's kind of, it may not be as much, but that's a new one, and so we just wanted to kind of keep up with the cost. Yeah.
Because, well, most of the stuff's open records.
Right.
Most that's in the.
Everybody loves to, unfortunately, they want videos of everything that happens. And so that has to go to the,
Things like that, and
Yes.
a lot of that's true. Public Works is interesting because, like, knots and utilities are protected under the street rules. So you still got to get it on the.
we can't legally hold something. We have to ask that opinion if it's not something obvious.
Unless
But-
they have an actual.
Right,
rules,
right.
you have to ask.
Most of them are the videos and whether we can release them or not for different things.
Everybody can ask for that, that's good. That's good. So, anyhow. Thank you. Any other questions on the citizen return? Finance.
Now, for finance,
So, how many people is on finance?
so we have,
That's not enough salary.
well, it's myself and the Jake County, and then half of Patty's salary, and accounts payable. We have,
So, 3.5 people?
but
3.5 people, that, $100,000.
But it's split out.
it's split out with enterprise, so that split is 75-25. 75 goes to enterprise, 25 to general fund.
Who did that now?
This was done a couple of years ago, the city administration. Did it.
Okay, total general fund budget is what? 40% of the total city? 80% is your own, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And we did have talks, probably last month with John. John was talking about, hey, maybe those percentages need to be swapped, because it's, you know, I get it.
No, I'm not trying to be unfairly burdensome on one front or the other, because if you take, from out numbers, it's $50 and $10 million overall, and $7 million or $6 million was utilities, $3 million was general fund, and $1 billion was the airport. It's very simple math, 70-30-10, or 60-30-10, whatever math works out.
The only one that's not split is Patty. She's 50-50, 50 funds, 50.
Okay.
So the overall budget increase of about $7,000, about 3% increase from what's currently proposed or approved to what's proposed. And the bulk of it went into our contracted services for the audit. We already had to have another single audit next year, more than likely. And so that's a separate audit than the actual regular audit. Because we see federal funds, but we're going to probably have to have a single audit. So that's why I put more.
Just so everybody knows, if you receive federal funds cumulative of $1 million or more, you're required to do a separate audit. I believe it's only
$750 to $1 million.
I think it's a million. If you receive more than $1 million funding, and we're still receiving.
This last audit, we were over about $50,000 right for a trigger an audit.
Then we're gonna be over this one because of the or close to it.
Close to it, yeah.
Close
So
to
we're
it.
gonna assume we are, so we budget.
Got it. Got it. That's in addition to your regular audit. And you currently got RFQs out for all.
We're due next Tuesday, the 30th, and we're both due the auditors and the
Bank.
bank.
Okay, well, the review process for auditor, will that come before council or?
The recommendation will come before council, so it'll be myself and two of the staff members will review them together and then school them, and then we'll make that recommendation to council. I'll make that recommendation to council, probably the end of July.
Just so everybody's clear on what the professional procurement act is, auditors, engineers, attorneys, choose to use the most qualified. Then you negotiate a rate. Then if you can't successfully negotiate a rate, you're required to go to the next qualified. I'm not gonna lie, you can't throw them all out, start off, you have to go to qual, you have to rank them based on qualifications. It's a two-part process. Is that correct? Okay, so just so you know, that's how professional services are done. Okay. What else you got?
Can we do the outside services contract?
Sure.
They increased to 8,000 for pest control, included with pest control tax.
Say that. Yeah, go ahead.
So, is this the only facility that you're talking about for pest control?
No, but he does go around,
All of them? Okay.
Who is it?
That's important. I don't know the name, but it's important name, I don't know who comes out. It's the same name that comes out all the time. This covers Orkins, covers Zach Tax, pretty much it for the looking for this one.
It covers, so, I wanna figure that out. Why would that be a finance department expense and not an
So
engineering?
it's actually, well, so here's the thing with, so with finance takes up a lot of the, it's along there, then it goes to finance.
Okay.
And you can share, we can split it between city admin or
Okay.
Deborah or whoever, but the most part, finance kind of covers a lot of the, finance. Yeah. Okay.
I guess, I don't take offense to this, I'm just gonna say, if you really wanna know where everything is, you gotta look at every budget, because there may be parts of this building in different budgets,
Right,
because of where it fits in.
right.
So you want to get the true picture, for example, what it takes to operate this building, you really gotta look at all of it. You can't look at just one where it is.
Right.
Okay. I got it, I just want to put that out.
So then for awards and recognition, the increase of $1,000 for 3.5 personnel. Is that who, Finance and Finance Services?
Right.
So is that for the 3.5 personnel, or is it including more?
So this portion here, it's citywide,
Okay.
we have all the general fund, which is about probably 30 plus employees. Comes out of this budget, and then the other 20 plus comes out of the other council budget. And this covers gift cards for Christmas, Thanksgiving, the luncheon, the Indian appreciation. I mean, we'll get shirts every other year, or just something to say, hey, thank you for what you do.
Okay.
So I do have a question. Why in 23-24 were awards so much versus these other?
So this year, in 2024, I never split it out. It was all under general fund. That year, we also, I think, we got like these jackets for during Christmas time, and so we used money we could sell also going for city council as well. But these 2 years, it's when we didn't split up. It was all general fund for the bill.
Okay.
And so that's why it was high. And then we started to, we really got to get it out amongst the departments, the enterprise and general fund.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Any other questions? Alright, on.
Okay, court, there's an actual decrease in budget there, about 15, almost 16% decrease. That had to be because of personnel costs. Liz Haas, who's here for over 25 years, retired, and so of course she's gone. She's up with enjoying retirement, and so now we have 2 people sitting in the court department. And so of course that salary goes from a certain amount down to a lower amount. And so
How many former employees are drawing retirement benefits from the city?
the one that I know of this year is really
Oh, from TMRS, how many employees are drawing retirement benefits on behalf of the city?
Who knows?
Just thought I'd ask
This
that.
year, about 3 people retired.
Yes.
And Liz, about 3 people retired.
I was just asking that as a general sense, I mean, I got it.
Well, Kathy also.
It's okay, it's all right. When they set the rates for actuaries, and I am, it impacts the rates that the city pays, and how much benefits they pay out.
Yeah.
Now, I received benefits for 18 years, so I understand that, but I just thought I'd ask that.
This year could be a lot. Last year, I think Happy was last year. This year was 3, so I mean, it kind of just fluctuates.
Sure.
But overall, we've had several over the years.
Sure,
If you hadn't been here 5 years, it's not vested, so you have to take it out.
right,
And then, so, yeah.
no, I'm good,
Yeah.
just thought I'd throw that in the curveball.
So the one from 1% to 2 people have decreased of $45,941.
Overall,
Yeah, well, I know she's been here a while.
we got now, never,
Century.
yes.
The line item for outside services, again, the last one, increase from 1,500 to 12,000, reflects needing additional contracted support.
Yes. So now we have a part-timer that actually helps out 2 days out of the week for that support. Because we do have to work twice a month. It does involve a lot of paperwork, and you know, that 2-day help definitely helps out in court. And so I want to make sure that we continue with that because this is too alone. I think it would be too much.
Beck is one of our long-term employees that retired.
She's retired twice.
She's always working as a contract service.
Yeah.
She was AP.
Her Liz both started about the same time. Anything else? Oh, goodness. IT.
This was the biggest budget increase of all. Let me look that up.
Have we considered, in consideration, have we considered checking on other IT services? What the cost of that may be?
We haven't yet. This is your 3rd year now?
Probably,
Third,
yeah.
we're going on the
Are
4th.
they under service agreement for 3 years? 4 years, annual, or what?
I'd have to look. I don't know if it's 3 or 5.
It was 3 or 5. I think it hit 5.
I mean, it's a necessary thing, I understand it, and it's very expensive, I
Mm,
got it.
mm.
But sometimes you just have to look at things to make sure that it stays
dollars.
Correct. And I will say from the initial part of it, it was a little hard to adjust because one before they were locally, so they were here
Yeah.
once twice a week.
Right.
But I will say as of today, they have done a much better job as far as tending to our needs. When we have problems, we have somebody that believe he's local, he's from San Antonio, he works for BC3, so he's out here at least once or twice a week. He has an office out at the airport on his own personally. He has an office out there, so when he's here, he'll come by and say, hey, what do y'all need, what's going on, and that's gonna be a big help. And so besides that, when we do call BC3 for assistance on the phone, they're there to answer to help us out any way we can, so they are much better, I would say.
The 183 from 140 to 183, that's their price, 183?
So the
The
183,
quote you have?
yes, that covers.
I got it. So the outside service, the HTS phone, what is that?
So so BC3 does not cover our phone service. HTS who currently before did cover all of our IT was HTS, but we built a BC3 and HTS with the phones. Any type of phone, they handle all of our phone service when it comes to getting a new phone. The phone breaks, you call them, they'll come repair it or replace it for us.
Yeah.
And the security.
Yeah, also over their phones.
Mhm.
They do all that.
Mhm.
So HTS is phones.
Correct.
Our phone support.
Only phone.
Long as phones. But the 183, the other one, if you service calls, it covers all of that.
That's all the monthly fees in BC3 that we pay for the on-premise, the data recovery, the technicians and so forth. Those are all the agreements that we get.
They manage your website too? And they manage your email?
That's email, yes. Civic Plus Civic is the one thing that's on our website.
Okay, but the BC3 manages your email?
Yes, so Microsoft 365 is
And all of the licensees go through that, stuff like that. Do they do off-site backups?
they do.
In the cloud.
Do the cloud? Okay.
And that covers all the entire.
All
city.
facilities?
All facilities, yes. Anytime from the SCADA system parts, all the city halls, police, the sign off house, yes, it covers every that has an email address, all the firewalls and so forth, yes.
All facilities.
So your infrastructure investment, 5,000, 110,000. Page 13. Network switch replacement, how many network switches are we talking about the city has to replace?
There-
We're talking about one in each facility,
There's about 5 that we need to replace.
and who's determining that?
The service manager that we work with from BC3.
That's what he's.
And this is the budget that we kind of came up with together as far as what needs to be replaced and where, and then of course the costs. So like you see like those network switches, some of the licensing, the firewall licensing and so forth, that kind of makes up that big number. These are, I say one-time expenditures. Next year we will be replacing these switches, so that budget will be a lot less. But the service agreement is going to probably stay the same unless there's an increase. But other than that, a lot of this is going to go away. This is a one-time expense.
Okay.
You have to buy the hardware through the BC3?
Mhm.
You do.
Mhm.
So are we purchasing them through the state bids? Because, you know, through the DIRs or state, you get state price.
Right.
We get the state price or we get the retail price?
Well, we're getting their price, probably the retail price. Everything through the contract that council approved and Scott signed, all equipment, hardware is being purchased through.
So we pay them $183 for service, 83,000 for service, and we are bound by contract to buy all hardware through them?
Yeah, we can't go out and buy like a laptop at Walmart. We have to go through them because they install all the firewalls, the protection, everything.
I understand.
So, yeah,
I understand, I was in that, you see where I'm going there?
sure. No,
And then, all the licensing, all the software licensing that we use, is there a consolidated list somewhere that goes with the licensing, when they expire, and the warranty that goes with it?
there is.
Okay.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
There's a licensing required on every user, so everyone has a license.
included is about, there's about 7, 8, computers that need to be replaced next year, that's right, in its price. So we're gonna try to get this year, this year's budget, and if that's the case, that would be something like about $20,000+ for next year. So as we're looking at the budget, we have 3 months left, you know, if we feel like, hey, we have enough to purchase these computers now, we can do it now and not do it next year. But there's always a replenishment cycle.
Like cycle replacement?
Every year.
Talk to me about input, that's your municipal software.
That's our entire, software
That's
for
your county, that's your
county,
personnel, that's
personnel,
your PD.
Utilities.
enterprise,
Or
for
everything,
everything.
that's your ultimate one,
Yes, sir.
and it needs a big, upgrade.
We would like to go to Encode 10. Right now we're at Encode 9. Encode 10 is a lot more advanced as far as example support. Where it's in like, you know, text messages out to people say, hey, you have a court date coming up, here's what you owe. Just every on the utility side, the same thing. It's a much better, robust system versus Encode 9. Encode 9 is an older system, an older model, think of it that way. There's a lot more that Encode 10 offers. When I inquired last year about the price of going from Encode 9 to Encode 10, it was about $80,000 more that we would have to pay. And I know I remember it was released, but no, we're doing Encode 10, and so we just kind of dropped it. But there's a lot more that can be done with that. We have looked at other software, you know, I'll say, hey, I have a software, to look at it. Sure, why not? We'll look at it. And there's other softwares out there that does what Encode does, but this is a matter of, okay, we're just going to go out for an RFP to see what can we get, and we can do. So right now, we're in Encode 9.
Okay. Just my own opinion, not necessarily need to be the first kid on the block, but can't fall behind either.
Correct.
So we need to maintain the upgrades as we go. We've
Yeah.
had Encode for
I-
30 years.
I will say Encode 10 takes about a year to get on the book. So if we just say we're going to Encode 10 next year, so we got to sign up now, and then this time next
Well,
year,
it takes time.
it takes about a year for it to. be
We've
fully-
always been behind.
But
Let's put it that way. We've always been behind.
For example, again, from reference back to this year, 2 years ago, they changed the billing software, they changed it all. It took almost a 2-year process to change things, at about 80 grand. To change all the software and service, so it's, you know,
Just talking
you
to
have to maintain what you have.
talking to some of the employees from each
Sure.
department, they really want to go to Encode 10 or something different.
I have a question for you, I just wanna make sure that, if you're the answer, I just wanna make, all of them, everybody's integrated into the same stuff. I mean, Public Works years ago used to stand alone because they couldn't communicate.
You know, they use Encode 9 as well.
Mhm.
Okay,
So it's everybody,
Mhm.
Every department.
just in like in the court, we do those things, see how it's there. Is there any facts that tell you it's going to improve, it'll pay for itself by better communication? People need to go,
When you get paid for that.
I think well, yes, there is, especially, it's a lot of, when we did have courts and some letters out to the individuals that received the ticket, and a lot of those, most of the time, we'll get some of those letters back because it's incomplete address. And so if we felt, if we have like a text messaging type thing, the system does it for you automatically, it sends them reminders like how often we want them to. And so I feel like something like that, even on the utility side, same thing, hey, your bill's coming up, here's what you owe. I think that would help, and I think in return, we'll get our money back, just because of, right now, everything's done through mail, and we get a lot of unreturned mail because of the wrong address. And so, it is a lot more, that's just one thing that I know what it does, but, I feel like moving to Encode 10, that we definitely will get our money
you
back.
think it's a good thing?
Yes, sir.
how much more is it?
It's about $80,000 last year when I acquired. And I can do another quote, but I mean, we are, a lot of the cities are moving towards Encode 10. Honda just moved this current year to Encode 10. And so, but we're kind of like behind.
You think that's, needs, the cities needs to move it.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, sir.
So what's the track record? Has there been any big hiccups or bugs found in Encode?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm sure just like any other software, you're gonna find that, hey, there's a glitch in the system or there's a bug that needs to be fixed. But right now, what I know about Encode 10 and Tower Tech, we're trying to move everybody towards Encode 10 and away from Encode 9.
Well, the military does that kind of stuff too, and we find that the bugs aren't worked out. That's why I'm asking you the question.
Yeah.
Because I don't want us to have us transfer everything over,
Right.
and then all of a sudden, oh, sorry.
That's why I say I don't wanna be the first kid on the block, but I don't wanna be
Yeah.
behind either.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ecos has been around for several years now.
Okay.
Most all the Texas cities have it. I
Okay.
mean, it's grown many.
But this entire budget does include, Info 9, I'm not gonna say Info 9. And so,
Well, you need to calculate what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Okay.
we'll get a quote for that. How much on
Non-departmental, what is that?
that?
That's
Non-departmental
whatever
is
doesn't fit.
pretty much your catch-all,
But I
yes.
thought, wait a minute, didn't we just, you say things that don't,
We have to define it. I mean, we can move that to
Didn't we
actually,
just, did you just tell us that?
I did say all that, but
Okay.
there's much more responsibility.
We remember what you said 5 minutes ago.
Let me open it up. So the overall budget for non-departmental has increased about 3% increase, so it's about $6,000 decrease actually. Oh, sorry, 3% it's not increase, so it is increased by $6,000. So there's a little savings there, but this is a catch-all budget that we pay for our insurance premiums. We pay for AdCom, which is the kiosk, we pay for ADP, which is the payroll processing. We pay for all those other type of
City Hall, the utilities.
Just so we're clear, so everybody understands what ADP is, you know what that is, right? That's contracted out, county or payroll.
it's not just the payroll, because there's a lot more than payroll. It's our
Training.
HR
Primarily
payroll, yes.
I don't usually rely on that HR stuff, it's not one
Anyway,
Yeah.
I got it.
But this is, again, that catch-all type of department that, okay, yeah, we can probably, move these over to different departments, but
what can we do? I'm gonna ask you a question.
okay.
I'm gonna pick on ADP, but I can pick on other things too. When we have a service contract that providing a service like, either insurance or whatever, how difficult it is to do in terms of those contracts to run with our fiscal year? Because, for example, like the ADP contract was renewed in April or May. Okay, so
It's just a matter of
we're
having,
under contract, so
Yeah.
it's pretty much there.
it's a matter of having those conversations with those individual companies, so when we do set up, we can say, hey, we need to prorate this from now to the end of the fiscal year and start over on October 1, so we're aligned.
Just thought I'd ask that.
Yeah, and there's, for the most part, we try to keep October 1 to
Right.
December 30th.
Right.
There's some that they fell in the middle of the year and it's sort of, we're now across the fiscal year to the next year.
Right.
So, but
We,
it's.
we had a hard time with that with insurance before, I think it was June, and we tried to
Yep.
move them to fiscal years.
It's
That's,
just
that's
a
a
matter of
part
having
of
those conversations with them, so.
okay,
And most of these contracts are, if they're not October 1, it's when we signed them or when the council signed them.
right.
Yeah.
Right. I just thought I'd ask that.
Yeah.
Anybody have any questions on that? If not,
Yeah.
yeah.
On computer hardware,
What you back, you back with technology or
I'm
what?
still back in tech.
Oh,
Me and Tony,
back.
we're slow to pick up. Do you want to go first, Tony? Oh, okay. But the 110 jump for 5,000.
Yeah, so the 110 is now all the infrastructure that we did in place, like the network switches, the battery backups, let me show you this here, just that's an example. So pretty much all, like the net from B3 all the way down for the most part to like probably B18 is what we need to replace. These are one-time expenditures because they, 3-5 years ago, it's time to replace them again. And so, but yeah, that's why we did jump.
Okay.
And then you were the difference between, your totals, you had a 90 to 208, and then in March, you had 90 to 103.
Yeah, you're in the IT, right?
We're still in IT.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's the total. It's under the total.
So where did you go? I'm sorry, tell me.
So it's gonna be, after 806.
It's right there where the total is.
Okay.
It's your notes.
We got 9208 projected. And then on your remarks, it says increases from 90 to 103.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I did fix that, if you can see that, because I caught that, and those are the original documents on the first, so that's, those notes is incorrect, yes.
And same question on the next one, on 249,500 or 10, and 249,500 to 302.
Yeah, you caught those in that's your,
Okay.
so.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question on that? I'm sorry. I don't know, at one point we were talking about maybe getting new laptops or something for the council folk. Is that included in that 110? I just have to look, sorry.
That'll be
That's
under
the
the budget.
Okay, I just wasn't sure, because we did have a conversation on
So
that.
they're non-departmental, do we don't have the projected, what, 2026 will be for the first, number one and first, number two, and projected.
Not in that, no.
And now, so with regarding the airport, the fair market value that the airport's supposed to be paid annually, would that be pulled out of this? Or where's that
Yeah,
gonna be
I
pulled out of?
would put it under non-departmental because it wouldn't belong to like city admin or finance or city council, it would be under this catch-all non-departmental.
So it would, under transfer out, it should, the line should be there,
Correct.
or the amount of money that needs to be there. So that needs to change. We need to add that line.
So.
Okay, because I don't want that to fall off, because we have to talk with the FAA, and talk with them, Brad. That's on their radar.
Anything else? I know it was a lot, I think that's great from the library, but if you have any questions in your own, please let us know and we'll put the answer for y'all.
We're, okay, yeah. Library.
No, this is all mine.
Well, here's my first question right out the gate.
Mayor, before we start, does everyone know Beth Harley, our library director?
I'm not met you yet.
I'm not looking forward to it.
Yes.
Beth, there's a chair right back here, if you don't mind.
Oh, you want to say it? Trust me, I'm trying not.
I will say Beth has done a wonderful job at the library. Been here for like 2 years, Beth?
2 years in August.
2 years. And
Feels
she's
like
just-
about 20.
She walked into a hornet's
She
nest.
did, but
Yes,
she
I did.
got it going, so.
The city had lost its accreditation and she got that back. That meant a lot because that opened the door for additional, for potential companies.
Yes.
So that was a major issue. My first thing out of the bag is the very first line item. Tell me, 2 full-time equivalents, library director, proposed new FTE, that's enough?
Oh, are you asking me?
I'm
Me?
asking you first.
Yes, I had a conversation with Beth, we met one-on-one, and of course we met with you, Mayor.
Yes,
Yes, that is enough.
I want to make sure that, okay.
An additional full-time, I'm thinking probably not until after the expansion begins, because that would be pretty similar to a full-time person, and if we're gonna need.
And part-time people, you have, maybe,
Right now, I have quite a few, but like 3 of them can only work about 8 hours a week, so, I have a lot of college students, so.
It seems like it's a lot of part-timers, but as she said, they work very little, limited number of hours per week, and so, she does definitely need help, and so.
We're still trying to push Chris.
question.
I know, I'm begging her.
Questions, anybody?
So the overall, because the fact that we're gonna add an additional full-time, that's gonna increase every line item in the benefits, so that's why the overall in personnel is it's increasing from 203 to 254.
I think the budget looks, the proposed budget for next year looks very, mirrored from last year until expansion occurs at some point. Your special activities and stuff, guest speakers, presenters, everything's posted basically in that one room, off to the side. Okay.
Yes, except for our children's programs, those are wherever we can fit them.
They have a computer of their own too,
Yes.
which is separate from their maintenance.
Correct. If there's a refresh cycle, that's part of the overall recycle, but like she wants to do the upgrades to her current computers, just look at that line.
How many computers do you have?
We have 4 patron computers, and we have 1, 2, 3, plus my desktop, 4 staff computers, and then a laptop.
Of those, how many are starting to show their lifestyle? If they had
Well,
grade.
to be honest with you, they are all brand new because the Friends of the Library graciously gave us $7,500 last year to put towards new computers.
Awesome.
So,
Awesome.
Yeah.
So then with education and training, how many of your library staff, are or are attending now or have attended the small library management training program?
That would just be me. And I do all of that, there's a certain amount of, yes, for accreditation, so
What about the TLA Learning Hub?
that will be me, Texas Library, yeah, I do, and it's
It's
all
all Texans,
online,
yeah.
thank God.
All Texans, web junction, supercharged story time.
I don't know. Yeah. Bring that up for me, please. I mean, it's probably,
Because I
it
told
could be
Chrissy a
worded
lot.
differently.
No, I talk with Chrissy a lot, so that's why.
Where's that at?
But basically, it's, training that we have out there, to where it gets you, learns different ways to encourage more reading and everything for kids and what have you.
Okay,
And, to different processes of bring their attention, no matter if they're special needs or not,
yes,
and also funding.
yes,
To enhance the,
yes.
wherever you have the.
Yeah, most of the grants, I have secured $7,500 worth of grants
Yes,
so far
yes,
this
ma'am.
year.
Yes, ma'am.
And most of that is for literacy,
Yes,
it's for children and adult literacy. It can be, done digitally.
Yes,
And, so I usually take all the trainings and then I have a staff meeting once a month and I go through everything I feel they need to know.
Okay, yeah, I just saw that one, and I know you guys are very active in that, so.
We will say Beth is actively always looking for grants.
Oh, I know.
Has been successful.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, Beth.
She's godsend.
They, the staff is gonna put on the doors right Friday, so they know that.
But yeah, so no, I just saw those things, and that's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to help, bring a little bit more tools to your toolbox, I think.
Yes, yes. You're welcome.
Yes, I got a question. On 450, we got $5,000. We need the staff copier.
Yes, so
We don't have one.
we have one, but it's shared with the public. So my office is back, the multi-room office is back here. The copiers up at the service desk, sometimes I'm printing very private information and it has gone with somebody out the door. Because the staff can't reach it, it's not right at the desk. And we also do a lot of printing for programs, so we have to wait for people to stop using our computers for us to actually be able to access the copiers.
Yeah, I support that one, the fact is, every facility, whoever's in charge needs to have the ability
I agree. I
to print away from the group of printers.
I had
Yes,
a question here that.
Yes, sir.
To make sure you cannot have one.
yes.
And I assume the next statement, I print personal matters is supposed to refer to.
Yes, yes, whether it's,
Goes on to the patron.
yes,
private
yes.
stuff. Okay.
Whether it's library So we had to have somebody come out, or somebody had, the name of the, what, I can't remember. But they came and did a huge tree trimming. Now, we have, somebody from the city just do the maintenance, but these were neglected for years. And it required somebody to get it way up there and do it like that.
So the budget for $7,000 is what's to come.
Yeah, I did it as a cushion because there are still a lot of trees that are very close. Steve comes up, he's come over and trimmed them, and he does trim, but I'm not sure what's gonna happen with the expansion. We do have some trees that are in the way, and I don't know if that's gonna cost much more, so I did it as a cushion.
Okay, so that's expected with the expansion and the
Yes.
additional.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Anybody else have any questions? Okay. Have anything yet? Anything?
This is to me, I know just, mentioning to Valerie.
I know who you are. I did the same thing all day long. I used to come in and say, I didn't have sentences today.
Well, for me, a lot of this discussion, about the things that are important, priorities and needs, and kind of sussing those out, and kind of getting down to the checkbook level of it, which is, what we're curious about, like during these meetings, is what we're asking questions about. A lot of the importance to that comes down to, a larger issues of like, what is our economic policy in general, right? It's not like this is a household budget that we can just kind of shift, and it doesn't have implications for other things. And also, I know that we're gonna be discussing this over the next 2 days. So, I'm trying not to put the cart before the horse. But,
Well, I'll just make a general statement. We'll see how things work out. I appreciate the fact that we have talked about, just happen to be able to talk about the library. I appreciate that everything's, that you do is covered in there to take care of your building, including the trees and things like that. I got it, I understand that. But I've also had a talk with, Don, Public Works, with different folks, different departments, Leroy, before and stuff, that, the city, I want to pick on Public Works, and I don't want to, but I am, because they're the maintenance guys for the city. Okay, so we are city employees first, and we work together. And there's a lot of things that we, in my opinion, we contract out for that we should be able to do in-house. And so, for example, one of those. So when someone puts in a budget, and no offense, for $7,000, I don't see where the library needs to assess $7,000 cost to trim trees. We have staff and equipment to trim trees. And so that's just an example of where I come from on a lot of these, and looking at it is more teamwork overall, working together to help reduce some of these costs. So, as a general statement, but yes, we'll be talking about a lot of this stuff. Beth, is there anything else you want to bring up?
No, I don't think so. I'm excited about the expansion and all of
How we doing on that?
that.
Did we get to,
He was out there today measuring,
Good.
looking, climbing,
Good.
looking for things and, it was-
Deborah, do you know, speaking of the library, and I don't know, because I told him I would, but it's too dang hot in the afternoon. Are you aware we put your hands on any of the original spec books or drawings for the original library? It was built in '87. I know it's probably up there and all that mess, but I don't know if the files, do we have a spec book, contract book that was built?
I'd have to look. I've never ran across it, but that
Okay.
doesn't mean anything.
The
I mean,
reason I'm asking that is, we met the other day with the engineer, I said, that might help you when you understand how other parts of the building were built, when you want to tie on to things.
I can look. There is some permitting. Of course, there is stuff up there that's supposed to be permanent
Yes,
in bad shape.
okay,
But
I just thought I'd ask.
I haven't ran across it, but I can always look and see in some of those boxes.
We're not
Maybe
spending a whole lot of time, if you do come across it, but I'll be happy to go
Okay.
through some of
Yeah.
these things too. But
There's not
it-
a huge
it
amount.
helps. It helps get a base down, so
Right.
they know what they're looking at.
That's great. Do you need anything?
Anything else?
No, we're good, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much for everything you do.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's a big,
Just have one more budget, sorry.
Okay.
It's small, it's a tourism budget, it's really small. It was the tourism and business development, that's one here and was originally in this budget. Right now, the only personal position we have is Betty over at the Sounddock House, which is part-time, so that's like I said, a big decrease overall. It's about almost 78% decrease overall in that budget, from, what we currently have budgeted to next year, that what we're proposing. And so, this is what we're gonna pay Betty's salary.
the big budget last year was sort of tuition funded general resolve.
Yes.
It was a combination, yes.
So it helped. So we're talking about that going into course. This is. Anybody have any questions on this?
I have a comment because I'm kind of part of it on this one. Well, no, I was just going to say in this proposed budget, there's a $7,000 overtime special events. It shouldn't, that I'm aware of, should not come out of that budget unless it's for another department.
And this is for anytime we had special events.
Okay.
Scott had, he created this one of them last year.
Okay.
In the budget, any special events overtime, like when the guys are going out on the weekends to cover XYZ event, they would take it out of this tourism budget and not get their budget, part of the budget, because they were here for whatever activity was going on during the tourism, like 4th of July.
Okay, well, so let me ask you a question on that one too. Okay? I didn't address this with John too much because I just struck over it. I got a request for some of the guys in Public Works, they want to be in the parade. But he was questioning about that because he didn't know if we want to pay overtime or whatever to be in the parade. And of course, my response was, I believe in years past, we took our shiniest Public Works vehicle and rode in the parade with the public mind, with the Public Works, with the fire and EMS. And we drove our beautiful brand new bucket truck in there. Of course, it's just a PR event. But you just brought up a question about overtime. So if we have employees, for example, you service thing, want to participate in the parade, are we paying them to participate? Now, I understand if they're being asked to put barricades up or
That's
It's different.
Yeah.
but if they're participating, we're not necessarily.
No, we're not required, we're not.
They volunteer.
They're
No, it's a volunteer, they wanna do it, and I said, I think it'd be great if they wanna do that.
No, the answer is no, we're not.
But I don't know if anybody has an objection to that, but I think it's awesome if they wanna do that, it gives them opportunity to do a little PR. Sure. And, you know, as you know, every little PR helps. Okay, so I just thought I'd ask that when you brought up the overtime thing. I do understand barricades and trash and things like that, because we do that like old fashioned Christmas and going out and taking care of stuff. And we do that because it's our community. And
I just don't know if we can pay for it out of hot tax. If that's what it's coming out of, I don't,
This is just.
regular, okay. I was like, I don't think that, okay.
Hot tax is
Okay,
a
good.
little different because hot
Okay,
tax
good.
tells you what you can and can't use it
Right.
for.
I just didn't know.
Regulated, and yes, it's generally associated with events and events.
Sure.
I know I talked before about the flags and Christmas decorations. I'd have to get legal opinions on that because some of that stuff is promoting the tourism in the community. When we're talking about agreements with the chamber, which we're not there yet, or I don't know if we will, but, it was promote Castroville, not just as a day tour, but as a 2-day tour. To promote your right, that using hot tax to promote that.
So you just mentioned the chamber, Mr. Mayor, and then professional services, it is budgeted for $75,000.
That's for if we have to agree with the
So
chamber.
it's not the hot tax, because I saw this.
That is hot funds.
Okay, then that's, why is it listed in the general?
I don't know.
Is it the last page?
Yes.
It says hotel funds at the top. That's very top.
That's a different budget, wait, oh, yeah, then
Oh, it says hotel motel funds at the top.
Yeah.
Okay, so it says,
that's that's not part of the tourism budget. This is,
If we
It's
get to a point.
Oh,
that
yeah,
we
it says
agree-
hotel motel funds.
Okay.
If we get to an agreement with them, those would be straight hotel motel.
Yes, that's it.
But we haven't got to that point yet. And the other option, if we're unable to get to an agreement, would be to take on a part-time position to manage social media for the city and do things like that. That's an option too. But so we're still working through those issues.
And is there a line item here that would fit a student's request provided council will agree with that?
That's something we can look into that. The thing is, here's my point on that. If the city is a partnership in an event, then the value, what value does the city bring to the event and what value does the city get in return? So, I did not know, for example, the agreement the city provides security, either case like that. If the city council wanted to reject more funds into that, okay,
you'd be having your special activity fund budget.
we could work it through our special activities for the, as a council expense, we can do that. I'm not saying not do it, but I'm saying that's something that we could look at through that. If the city council believes that there's, how do I say this? I wanna make sure whatever we do, we have an ROI, return on investment.
Exactly, so, but don't we have tax revenue from that, we can target that date and see what we did?
Not a lot,
Give it to
Girl
a-
Friday.
not a lot.
Yeah, from here at five, but I know that when, Darren was here, he had, some graphs that showed like, hey, this many people attended Hero Friday,
Yeah.
this kind of gets spent. So, and of course,
Well, he bought that day.
correct, well, yeah.
The credit cards.
Yeah. But to go back and, I mean, to answer your question, yes, but it would have to be a matter of trying to figure out, now that we don't have that, we're not utilizing that service, that he had, I forget that name, because I mean, talking about that.
Right.
It would be hard to kind of, I guess, go and figure out, you know, without, I guess, the data, I mean, how do we collect that data other than, okay, we have this many people attend, Hero Friday, unless we're physically out counting the people and saying what they're buying.
No, it's done, I've done a lot of work with this, and a lot of that
Okay.
stuff, and it's done on, you can buy scans. You can buy in a zip code.
Oh, okay.
And it will show you specifically where that purchaser was from, are they from Castroville, all of that stuff comes into play in that buy. And that's possible, but that would be a later discussion with, if we do a part-time position.
Well, I think it's a great thing when the city gets involved, it's post-monitoring, it's working with them. But when the city does that too, it changes a little bit of the dynamics of the way the program is operating, because, for example, how space is used, how this, because the city, if the city's contributing, the city has more say.
Well, we don't have a written agreement. I'll tell you that. Because when I was listening to, no. Well, when she was saying we had an agreement with them, it's kind of like in the past, we always provided the barricades and we allowed them to shut streets down. The security, I don't know about that. That would be the police department.
Right.
The only time we had security is somebody pay them if there's an event with alcohol normally. So I don't know, and that would be a special event. But as far as our general things that we've always done, it's been, I guess, unspoken, or there's not a written agreement.
Well, I'm just saying,
So,
if
I don't
the
know.
city gets involved in helping to fund an event,
Mhm.
then the city has more of a say in how the event.
And there's going to be insurance
Not to
involved.
take control, but just to make sure that it's equitable,
Mhm.
that it's fair, that everybody, you know, because we don't want to be involved in something and be accused of not being
Yeah.
fair.
Well, when Darren Ham was here, he did coordinate with them and help them put it together, and that may have been part
I'm
of
not
it.
saying that would be an issue. I'm just
No.
trying to make sure that-
But you know, on something like that, if we co-sponsor something there, you have insurance
Well, I
issues
would
and
also,
stuff.
I mean, co-sponsoring could be many different things, right? We're already waiving permits, fee permits or fees for
Right.
that. Parks and Recs,
more than likely are probably waiving usage to park facilities for these for nonprofits. Like, I would like to see as a whole,
Yes,
what
ma'am.
we're donating, whether it's space, equipment, fees, or what.
Of value to what you know.
Personnel, that kind of.
By the, well, mainly Parks and Rec, since the location of the parks.
Got it.
But
Well, they're
it's
the ones that
either
set up the barriers also for Peter Rail Friday and everything it's shown, and then it's not.
any security, so.
Public Works used to. Used to, they just set them out, Public
Yeah,
Works.
not
did.
only are they doing it, but want to see everything before.
Yeah, I mean, how much are we really spending as a city? By the
Got it. That's fair.
So my question. Should we put this up? 903 building, we got $10,000, for building, our, building maintenance and repairs.
Yep.
I'm sorry, where's this?
Are we already engaged in that?
Yes, but
Oh, right here.
also the fact is, some of the costs in the past, things repaired, that building specific has come from hot tax. So I don't know how much you would, and I don't know what else. Because you gotta realize too, that, there's other components, not just the Steinbach houses, tour. This building is a signature building of the county, for example, signature building of the city. So there's a, I don't know, I'd have to turn and ask.
I'm sorry, what now? What was the maintenance?
$10,000 for maintenance.
Depending on what it is, far as we had it in this year, and we're in the process now of, we're gonna have to end up, I'm probably gonna have to come back because they found more than 2 beams that needs to be replaced. They're trying to find the wood that we're going, yes. And, there's a total of 6. So right now, Mr. Chipman is trying to find the wood.
You talking
we need.
about those black,
Underneath, there is some that, yes, we've had to replace some in the back in the past, and he's wanting some type of, he told me white wood. Now, I don't know what, because he does the historic stuff, but he's looking at that first.
Place east of Burn.
Yes. Oh, I know where you're talking about. Yes.
They got
I know all about it.
any beam we want.
Well, and with him being historical, I mean, I'm not sure what he's looking at. I told him we'd have to talk about it first because they've done the caulking and that type of thing. Some of them.
Yeah.
But we've got to find some wood. If we do, I can't say we're gonna, but if we do, we have to find some type of wood that's compatible.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, over the years, they,
Black forest.
Yeah, 500 years ago.
Yeah.
That house was originally built in 1618.
unfortunately, our Texas summers and winters is not good on it, I guess.
Well,
But also we have, this is just something totally different, a little bit. The roof caps are being shipped to us because from Alsace. Mr. King told me that he got in touch in a roundabout way. They're going to ship them in on their dime. And so we will have the roof caps from Alsace come in so that we can replace the ones. We have plenty of tile. We just don't have the
I was
caps.
gonna tell them put it in a box, cause I wasn't gonna carry.
Well, I don't know how heavy they are, but they're going to ship them over, and we're storing them at Public Works with the others, and so we'll have the proper material for them.
Good.
So
I went through all of that yesterday.
it'll continue on with it.
Is there anything else we need to talk about? No? You sure? All right,
I think that
folks.
covers all the general fund budget, so thank y'all for that.
That covers that. We'll go through that and we'll get you a draft to it. Our next, Thursday is we're gonna talk about the airport. So, that'll do about 10 minutes.
It's been a long day already, so.
So, tomorrow, just real quick, I know we have a council meeting coming up, starts at 5. Starting with an executive session. This meeting is, well, before I adjourn it, I just want to let you know, the airport's coming up, and then we have one next Tuesday, I believe.
Yes.
We start the enterprise fund.
Yes.
And, so we go from there. General fund, think about this, just so everybody understands, general fund, it's governmental functions. Both the airport and the utility system are enterprise funds. Businesses for profit, owned and operated by the city. Okay. Not necessarily tax support. Okay, thank y'all very much. Tomorrow, tonight's meeting, and then tomorrow, 12:30 here. Got relocated because of that. It won't be in the hotel, it'll be here. They'll bring lunch in, yes, ma'am.
No, I'm just lying. That's just.
Yeah, I sent out an email the night it happened.
Yeah?
I said I did send an email out to the council when it originally
I
started.
100% believe it.
Yeah. Well, it's here.
Administrator's office.
Oh,
That
Your-
conference table, they'll bring your lunch down.
Your lunch is gonna be there.
And then we'll have our workshop. And please, 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 if you haven't read the backup material, please read it. That was kept emphasizing, so I had a lot of things to read tonight. So anyway, so we can cover it and hit ground running. And
Tomorrow's 1, on Thursday it's 9 a.m.
we're gonna turn this meeting at 1:28 p.m.
And there's food in there, right?
As soon as I get it out,